The first lesson my grandfather ever gave me shocked everyone. He said, "Never just save money." I was confused. Everyone around me always said, "Save money, save for the future." But my grandfather smiled softly and replied, "No, don't only save money. Learn how to make money grow." And then he told me his story. In a small village, there lived an old man, my grandfather. People called him lazy. They said he did nothing. Every day he sat under a large tree, watching the road, watching the sky, dreaming. He often said, "One day I will open a shop. One day I will buy cows. One day I will become rich." But that one day never came. He dreamed, but he never worked. At first, people laughed at him. Later, they stopped laughing. They only felt sorry. His wife worked endlessly. She cooked, cleaned, washed clothes, and tried to keep the family alive. One evening, she spoke gently but honestly. "Dreams are beautiful, but dreams don't fill empty stomachs. We need work. We need money." My grandfather nodded and replied quietly, "Someday I will find a way." But days passed, months passed, years passed. Life became harder. Food became less. Money almost disappeared. One night, his little grandson came to him. The boy was barefoot, thin and hungry. He whispered, "Grandpa, do we have bread?" The cupboard was opened. It was empty. No bread, no rice, nothing. That night, something broke inside my grandfather. He looked at the child and tears filled his eyes. For the first time, he truly understood. Dreams alone cannot feed a family. That night, he could not sleep. His stomach was empty. His heart was heavy. The next morning, he did something he had never done before. He went out to work. He became a field worker. The sun burned his skin. The land was dry. He worked long hours. His back ached. His hands became rough. His feet burned with pain. Every evening he came home exhausted. Food was simple, sometimes just beans, sometimes only one tortilla. The grandson would ask, "Grandpa, what did you earn today?" He would show a few coins and say, "It's little, but it's something." But soon he realized a hard truth. Money came, money went. Problems stayed. Saving money felt impossible. One day at the village store, he heard a man say, "The secret is saving money. If you save, you are safe." Those words stayed in his mind. That night, my grandfather found a glass jar and hid it under the bed. Every week he dropped a few coins inside. Clink, clink. That sound gave him hope. When the grandson found the jar, he asked, "What is this, Grandpa?" My grandfather smiled and said, "This is our tomorrow." Saving was painful. He wore old shoes with holes. He bought no new clothes. Food was less. Still, he saved. Months passed. The jar became full. He felt proud. But one day at the market, reality hit him hard. Prices had increased. The money he saved was no longer enough. His savings lost value. Once again, life felt heavy. One evening, he sat outside quietly. He watched his neighbors pass by. Some carried eggs, some carried milk. They looked calm. They looked secure. And then an idea was born. Ideas are small, but ideas are seeds. He looked at his grandson and asked, "What if we buy chickens?" This time, he didn't wait for someday. He acted. He bought a few skinny chickens. At first, one egg, then two. They ate some, they sold some. With the money, they bought another chicken, and another. Slowly, the chickens grew. Slowly, the money grew. My grandfather kept notes. He counted every egg, every coin. Neighbors began buying eggs from him. For the first time, the house felt alive with hope. One day, he held an egg in his hand and said to his grandson, "This egg is stronger than a jar of money. Money can finish. Money can lose value. But when you use money wisely, it grows." The grandson hugged him and asked, "So you're not lazy anymore?" My grandfather smiled with tears in his eyes. "No, my child, I finally learned. Never just save money, make money grow." Saving money is like holding water in your hands. It slowly slips away. But when you build something, even something small, it can change your life. That was my grandfather's greatest lesson, and today I share it with you. If this story gave you a new way of thinking, stay with this channel. We share simple stories with powerful lessons, stories that can change lives.